Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on Newsradio 1040 WHO.
And we are talking about the top issues of the day, including the ongoing Amy Coney Barrett hearing. What's a trial attorney make of all this? Quentin Brogdon on the Lamarca Law Group Newsmakers Line to talk to me about this. Quentin, of course, has been a guest multiple times on the show. And Quentin, man, there's a lot of political posturing going on during these hearings for Amy Coney Barrett. Is there anything a trial attorney takes away from this, from what you've heard so far?
Well, good morning, Jeff. It looks like it's all over but the politicking. Her approval, her confirmation is much more probable than not. It's a foregone conclusion, many would say. So what we're left with is each side kind of posturing. The Democrats are trying to make this about Obamacare. There's a case going up before the United States Supreme Court. It will be argued within days of when she would take her place with the court. And Obamacare, many believe, hangs in the balance based on the outcome of that case. The Republicans are making this, are trying to make it more about an attack on her is equal to an attack on her religion. Mm-hmm. They saw what happened in 2017 when Senator Feinstein famously said, "The dogma lives loudly within you." That comment went viral, and there was a backlash, sort of a bipartisan backlash. So the Democrats are trying to avoid making this even look like it's about religion. The Republicans are trying to steer it back to, the attack on her being an attack on religion. But make no mistake about this, what's at stake is a lifetime appointment with incredible power. If she is confirmed, and she probably will be, to be on this court can not only enforce existing laws, it can essentially make new laws by promulgating precedents, binding court decisions that will bind lower courts, and even changing precedents that perhaps were thought to be, set and established. The biggest one of those of concern to many would be Roe versus Wade, mm-hmm. the abortion case decided in 1973. So Obamacare, as we said, the Second Amendment, right to carry arms, the power of federal regulatory agencies, Roe versus Wade, LGBT rights, and even the election. If a fight goes up to the United States Supreme Court and Judge Barrett is confirmed and she's a justice, she doesn't have to recuse herself. She can, but she doesn't have to. So potentially she can have a very important say, 1 out of 9, in all of these hot button issues.
Well, Quentin, that was interesting. It was a question that came up really early this morning about would she recuse herself since she's a Trump appointee and the election may land in the Supreme Court. There's got to be more than that, doesn't there, when a judge recuses himself or herself that, oh, well, you were appointed by such and such, because, of course, judges are appointed by political officials all the time. But that question was certainly lobbed at her and I guess would be under consideration should the election be in dispute, wouldn't it?
Well, it would be, but the United States Supreme Court has its own set of rules, and basically they're whatever the rules say they are. So each justice gets to decide. Normally that's not true in the lower courts. There are very set rules. But you're right, merely because you've been appointed by a president does not mean you can never rule upon anything touching upon that president or his or her presidency. The Democrats would argue that this is a horse of a different color because of the timing of it, and this is an existential issue, could be, whether he remains president, and they're making the case, the Democrats, that she should recuse on that basis here. But no one really expects her to recuse. That would be quite a surprise if she did. So she's confirmed, and she probably will be, and if there's a fight taking the election to the United States Supreme Court, and there could be, she probably would be weighing in on that.
Trial attorney Quentin Brogdon, always appreciate Quentin's clear-eyed view of these issues. Quentin, thanks very much